Hello, Redeemer Church. As you know, officer elections will be taking place soon. And as Pastor Wright recently said, this is one of the most important rights and responsibilities of members of the church. And so I want to take a few minutes to make sure we're all prepared for what's next in this process. If you'll remember, last May and June, the session opened nominations for the congregation to nominate men to the office of ruling elder and deacon. In September, training for those men commenced. This training has been meeting once or twice a month with Pastor Wright, reading and discussing these materials. And it's been designed to help them reflect upon the nature of these offices, to learn more about it, to understand more deeply our theology and what we believe is the Presbyterian Church in America. So from here, where do we go in the process? Training is wrapping up very soon. And then in July, the men who still remain in the process will come before the session and be examined by the session. Our book of church order tells us that the session needs to examine them in their Christian character, make sure they have the qualifications and giftedness for the office. So these trials will take place in July, and so you can be praying for the nominees. Then on July 21st, the session will report to the congregation those men who have successfully gone through the exams. On August 25th, there will be an election after morning worship, where these men will stand before the congregation and you must vote yes or no for them. So what are your responsibilities at this time as members of Redeemer Church? Well, first you need to understand that the election by the congregation is not a rubber stamp of any kind. You are electing these men to office for life, that they would be ordained and installed to this task. And so to do that, you must understand the biblical qualifications. You must believe that these men meet those qualifications. And you must believe that it is wise at this point in time in the life of Redeemer Church that these men serve here and now. This is a very important obligation that you have, and it requires that you know the men. Now, we're trying to do a couple of things to begin the process to help you begin to get to know them. And one of those things is we're producing these videos so you can get to know a little bit about their story, about their faith in Christ, about their family, about what propels them to desire to serve the church in the offices. And then in July and or August, we're going to have a week or two of times in Sunday school where we'll have the opportunity to ask them questions. You can submit questions in advance and we'll ask them and they'll answer them in front of all of the adults in Sunday school. And so we implore you to speak with them, to have them over for dinner, to ask them questions that you have about themselves or about the office and their ability to serve and their giftedness. If you do not believe a man is gifted for office, you cannot vote yes for him. This is not a popularity contest. This is not about hurt feelings. This is about the honor of Christ. This is about the good of his flock. And so we encourage you to take this seriously and to make sure these men are gifted before you vote for them. This is an important season in the life of the church, and I'm excited about how the Lord may be raising up men to be leaders in his church. So I'm praying for you. I'm praying for the nominees, and I look forward to all that the Lord has in store for Redeemer Church.